Good morning, community. It's RJ stopping by for a quick public service announcement. If you're watching my videos or watching for my video this Sunday for the Sunday Trivia Recap, you'll notice it didn't come out. The reason for that is because I was putting all my attention on Hobbypalooza, and I didn't want to detract from anybody else watching Hobbypalooza. Plus, I didn't take the time needed to do the trivia recap at all. So my trivia recap will actually come out tomorrow morning on a Tuesday, all by itself. I'll issue the trivia recap for this past week. All right. Sorry for the delay, but hey, it's free cards. So if you're getting something for free, better late than never, right? Hope you all understand. And now back to your normal, regularly scheduled RJ Collect Sets Monday morning viewing. Good morning, card community. It's RJ back with another video. So let's get to it. Today's random Mike Schmidt item of the day from 2015, a fathead item. So this is a fathead. If you know what a fathead is, your wall clingies, giant stickers, and there's Mike Schmidt on this ginormous release from the Phillies. They released it in their annual Wall of Fame celebration. I think most teams have their own little Wall of Fame at the stadium. Phillies are no different, and this is just honoring the latest individuals to get inducted into our local Wall of Fame. And on the back of the fathead product is Mike Schmidt's local Wall of Fame plaque image. You can see it there. I have a couple other items in my collection that show that Wall of Fame plaque. That is my random Mike Schmidt item of the day. Random baseball item of the day in honor of the All-Star game that happened recently. Ginormous box topper card of Brian Buxton, who is an All-Star member. I think he hit a home run that day. He had a good game, I remember. Ginormous card. Oversized box topper, number 22, Brian Buxton. He's not much of a home run hitter. He's got a couple of years when he had some decent numbers, but nothing insane. But hey, it's a cool little item. I don't know why I keep it, probably because I don't know what to do with it. Anyway, today's trivia question. On this day in baseball history, July the 21st, 1973. What happened? Hank Aaron hit career home run number 700. But he did it against a Phillies pitcher. That Phillies pitcher is the brother of a future Hall of Famer. Name for me the Phillies pitcher who gave up the home run and his much more known Hall of Fame brother. That's the question. What you're playing for? 3 awesome Hall of Fame cards. Topps Archives Whitey Ford release. Pretty cool. This is a 1958 style Whitey Ford. Awesome card of a Negro League Hall of Famer, Hilton Smith. This is from the 1986 Larry Frisch Negro League Baseball Stars release. And then a really cool Upper Deck 40-man Edgar Martinez. Great little image of Edgar there. This is from the 2002 Upper Deck release called the 40-man set. So those 3 awesome Hall of Fame cards are up for grabs. All you got to do is shoot me an email with an answer. I will include my email in the description below, along with a repeat of the question you will have today and tomorrow to answer. We will pick a winner on Sunday, all right? Good luck to everybody on that one. So today, what I want to show off to you, I'm going to do a little break here and show you the item, because it's one heck of a pickup on my end. Costs a couple bucks, but I've been wanting this as a set for a long time, but it's difficult to find. You'll see what I'm saying in just a second. So hang on, I'm going to break. Pivot to the item, and then come back to this view, okay? Hang on a second. All right, so I'm hoping most of you are longtime collectors and you will know immediately what you see in front of you. This is a complete serial numbered matching set of the Perez Steele Hall of Fame postcards issued between 1980 and 2001. Really awesome addition to my collection. I'll show them off. I'm going to show off a couple in a little bit. I'm not going to show them all off. Most of you have seen many of these in time. I do want to show off a couple interesting little tidbits about the boxes themselves before we go into it. The first one is this first release was issued in a different format than all the rest. It was different, some kind of envelope thing. Each one came with a checklist telling you who was in it. The rest of them all came in boxes. Don't know why it was done that way. Each box tried to do a different little color scheme. So if you flip through all of these boxes, and then on the bottom, they're all colored a little differently, kind of a cool little feature. And then for whatever reason, on the top, it tells you what series it is. On every one except, and I'll show you, the 7th. This is series number 7, but I have no idea. Maybe the printer just screwed up and forgot about that text. But other than the 7th, every one lists the edition that it is. It was really weird. Don't know why that happened. But yeah, I'm thrilled. I'll talk more about the cards themselves in a little bit. Give me a second. I'm going to flip the camera back around again and let you see, but I just wanted you to see. Oh, the other thing is obviously the numbering system changed over time. I don't know why they did that, but again, let me flip the camera back around and I'm going to talk a little bit more about the cards themselves. I'm just thrilled to have a serial number matching complete set of these cards. Hang on one second. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So yes, a fully serial number matching set of Perez Steele Hall of Fame postcards is what I showed you. And I have every one of them. And I thought I'd just start by showing off the Mike Schmidt version. We've all seen these cards. Every collector knows exactly what they look like. They're one of the most popular items to get autographed right up the top, sometimes across the image. Depends upon the picture itself, but here's the Mike Schmidt card. I have not endeavored to acquire a Mike Schmidt autographed version of that. Probably will at some point. Here's what the back looks like. Every one serial numbered. Again, I showed you on the video, or on the break, my whole series, every card is number 64, 66. I actually purchased this the other day from the individual who acquired them throughout the release. Hopefully I'll be able to do more with that individual. He's beginning to sell off his collection and his family is assisting him. And I hope to be the person to assist the family. So, but this is the card. Perez Steele Gallery, this one from 1996. And it's interesting here, up here, they talked about the releases. If you remember, I told you that there are 15 releases, 15 series of cards. Interesting, this is card number 223. There are, in fact, according to the tradingcarddatabase.com, there are 275 cards in the set. Now, there are 253 numbered Hall of Fame images. The other cards that they count are the checklist cards that came in each pack. And there is this series of not baseball Hall of Fame Hall of Famers, interesting people, that I figured I'd like to show off to you just to let you know that this was a thing that they did. So, I just wanted to show these off because they're unique, I think. well, not unique, but certainly not one that everybody thinks of. These are not numbered; they're lettered. They're in the 6th series. Back in 1981, they released 4 special cards. Now, I think I know why. Let me go. I'll show this off in a second, but so here you go. They released 4 special cards labeled A through C, A through D. Here's a card that they did of Abner Doubleday, famous Civil War general who led the defense of Fort Sumter and other escapades during the Civil War, and was purportedly the man who invented baseball back in 1839. So, Civil War gender, it even says inventor of baseball at Cooperstown in 1839. Now, why would the Perez Steele individuals print that at the bottom of their card when they know it to be a complete misnomer? But it has long been known, even back in 1981, that that was a bunch of BS. Nobody truly believed Abner Doubleday invented it. Why? Because the Hall of Fame still, if you want to say to their credit or to their discredit, it's up to you, they maintain the myth. Now, they knowingly, tongue-in-cheek, say it. They don't say it as if it were true. They say it as if it was a romantic, whimsical fantasy life. The Hall of Fame well knows that Abner Doubleday did not invent baseball, but they still say it. It's still displayed in a number of areas at the Hall of Fame. It's still offered up. I don't know why, but they do. So this is Abner Doubleday, and again, it was card A. The other ones that came, these help better explain why the Doubleday one was put out. Here is letter B, Stephen C. Clark. Now, if you know, the current chairwoman of the Hall of Fame is Jane Forbes Clark. It is her grandfather, I believe, founded the Hall of Fame. Might have been great-grandfather at this point in time. Don't quote me. I think more her grandfather, Stephen C. Clark, founder of the Baseball Hall of Fame and president from 38 to 60. He is card B. Card C, Paul Kerr. Who is Paul Kerr? President of the Baseball Hall of Fame from 60 to 77. And then letter D is Edward W. Stack. Who is Edward W. Stack? Well, let's see right there. That might tell you. Of course, he was president of the Hall of Fame from 1977 until current, when they issued this card. So, what Perez Steele did is, at this point in time, they went in with the Hall of Fame. Probably the Hall of Fame came to them and said, hey, we'd like to release your cards as a product at our gift shop. I'm guessing that's the case, given that there were 10,000 sets made, and Perez Steele might not have been able to sell all of them. So they likely sold what they could out of their gallery and then gave a number to the Hall of Fame to sell in the gift shop. And these 4 cards were issued in 1981, which I'm assuming is right around the time that Perez Steele did that. And then in later releases, they issued 3 more lettered cards. So here is card E. Card E is the Perez Steele Galleries. They put out an image of themselves. A lot of people have seen cards of Dick Perez. Dick Perez has been doing Donruss Diamond Kings for many years at this point in time, and his image came into a couple different card releases for Donruss. I've never seen Frank Steele or Peggy Steele, who I assume were his business partners, but on the back, the partners of Perez Steele Gallery, Dick Perez, Peggy Steele, and Frank Steele. They started it says 1979 to date. I guess that's when this release was 1987. I guess that is when the Perez Steele Galleries was incorporated. And I don't know if either of these 2 individuals are artists. Dick Perez obviously is the artist, but I don't know if the other 2 do anything. This one was an interesting one to me. issued in 1989. Card F is President George W. Bush and Edward Stack. Again, if you remember, Edward Stack is the president of the Hall of Fame. And here is George signing a ball with Edward Stack standing next to him. I have no idea why they released this image in 1989. George Bush had just been elected president. Just in court, here it is, let's see. The Oval Office, White House, May the 4th, 1989. George Bush autographs the presidential ball. I guess they have a collection of baseballs autographed by various presidents, I'm guessing. And there he is getting the President Bush to sign a ball. And they made a Perez Steele card about that. You can buy those. And actually, I looked up online and eBay. If you want to, you can get an autographed George Bush Perez Steele card. They do exist. A couple $100, but if you want to get a George Bush autograph, getting it on a Perez Steele card is not an unhealthy idea. And that one was from 1989. Now, the last card they put out of a person who's not a Hall of Famer was one of Frank Steele himself, much older looking than in the 87 release. Here's the 87 release. This one was issued in 2001. So, founder and visionary Perez Steele Galleries and CEO from 79 to 2000. I guess, I didn't look this up, maybe he died in 2000, and this was their way of honoring him. Don't know, maybe he didn't, maybe you can get a signed Franklin Steele, maybe he just retired, him and Peggy took off and retired somewhere, don't know the story, but that is the final of the lettered cards. Now, one of the things I wanted to look at, too, was how had the cards changed over the years? Truth is, very little, but there are some subtle changes. So, here is a Babe Ruth card from the first series, along with a Hilton Smith card, a Hall of Famer. Remember, Hilton Smith is one of the cards I'm giving away in the trivia question today. But he is a Negro League star, Hall of Famer. And here is his Perez Steele card from the final release. In general, they are very similar. A color painting plus kind of like a pencil drawing of an action thing to incorporate it. So it's pretty much the same. The font is pretty much the same. They've always used either white or black font, depending upon where it appeared in the picture. They would use white font occasionally. So that's nothing new. The backs, on the back of the Ruth card, they really look pretty much the same. The gallery thing got a little bit bigger. The font for the stamp serial number changed over time. It went from set to set number. You know, in the text there, the bottom text here is pretty much the same. Eventually, the copyright date went from the corner to the side because they added the National Baseball Hall of Fame logo. And this is interesting. The National Hall of Fame logo, again, let's go back to the original A through B cards. Here it is, back in 1981, they put the Hall of Fame logo on there. And again, I'm assuming that because it wasn't there to start with, it wasn't until that release in 1981, the 6th series, that the Hall of Fame went in with them and said, hey, we'll market your set. And they decided to snap a little logo on that. I'm just guessing, it's pure speculation, but that's my guess as to why the Hall of Fame logo got in there, why the directors of the Hall of Fame got their own Perez Steele cards. Just why? I think that's the reason. So that is my showcase today. I got an entire run of Perez Steele serial number matching postcards. Very thrilled about that. Very, very, very thrilled about that. So that's what I have for you today, people. I hope you enjoyed that this video. If you did, please consider like, subscribing, commenting, and all that jazz. I really do appreciate your support as I try my best to support everybody else in this great card media, right? Thank you very much for watching. Have a great rest of your week. Take care.